Hey Charlie, it's Amber here from Thought Sport. How are you doing?
I'm doing great, thanks. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. I am so excited to jump on with you today because I think one of the burning questions on everyone's lips is what is eight strikes?
Yeah, absolutely. So, A-Strikes is a new format of stand-up striking, and it basically combines kickboxing with MMA gloves and elbows. So it's a bit of a hybrid between the glory rules, the One Championship Muay Thai rules. It's combining the best of both worlds, and it's created for fast-paced action, high action per minute, and it's for the newer age audiences that have a second device, that have that second screen syndrome, and it's really to improve that viewer retention because nobody wants to watch a boxing match for 36 minutes or an MMA match for 25 minutes where it's mostly wrestling or mostly jab and move. They want to see action, and that's why we have the 4 ounce gloves. That's why it's a 3 3 minute round format, and that's why we also allow elbows as well. All 8 limbs, 8 strikes, hence the name. And yeah, we're launching, have our first season June 13th. That kicks off season one, which is a 7 event season running June from June. And we've got some awesome fights, 2 world titles on the launch event. And then if you're seeing what we're doing for September and December and then what's coming on for next year, it's really, really exciting stuff.
Wicked, sounds so good. Well, I'll get on to the exclusive waitlist in a minute, but you actually have a really interesting take on Muay Thai, kickboxing, and pushing it out into the mainstream market. So I saw that you said previously that Muay Thai as a sport isn't the problem, it's the way that it's packaged up. So, boxing media models seem to really do well. Can you tell me a little bit more about how you're doing that with Muay Thai, kickboxing, and with eight strikes?
Yeah, absolutely. Look, by rule set, the Muay Thai rule set is probably the most exciting striking sport, the most exciting combat sport that you can get. Everybody loves MMA, but most people get bored when it goes to the ground. People like boxing, but they always think, well, he can kick. What if he could elbow? What if he could knee? And the same for traditional kickboxing, where you can't elbow. Um, Again, that it is the purest form of striking rule set, but the way that it's packaged is probably what's holding it back, and the way that it's also distributed as well. So one of the things that we're doing alongside a slightly tailored rule set, it sits kind of in between the K1 Glory rule set and the One Championship Muay Thai rule set. So it's not, it's a 5 second active clinch. There's no sweeps. It's made for high action per minute. It's made for a lot of strikes. We want aggression. It scores on aggression, and we want action really. But also the way that it's been distributed is also really important. So one of the things that I think one done really well is their YouTube broadcast, their YouTube streams, and that really allowed them to gain traction, especially with the distribution partners that they had in Sky Sports in the UK and Amazon in the US. But having that free-to-air broadcast strategy was something that was really important from me from the start because we can hit huge, huge numbers and the discoverability is huge. I think predictive viewership for June is around 500,000 people. And compare that to any of the shows, any of the 23, 24 shows that I've done previously, anything that I've really seen in the UK for Muay Thai or striking, when it's behind a paywall, you're getting, gosh, like so many times less than that. I can't even put it into multiples, but to get say 500,000 viewers on the product, new eyes on the product, it's accessible, it's discoverable. That's kind of your top funnel. What then becomes important is the way that it's packaged, because that then drives viewer attention, and then also how it's scheduled across the season, and you have the storytelling because that is then what drives recurring and compounding viewership.
100%. And then, with that being said, I know that as you're planning to make this bigger and bigger, you've currently got a wait list for some of the shows. So I saw you posted that you've currently got a 75 to wait list at the moment. How are you prioritizing those fights? Obviously, people are going to want to get onto the show if there's 500,000 eyes on the show. So if there are people signing up, fighters signing up, ready to go, how are you prioritizing who you're selecting?
Yeah, I think it's really important. I like to think of the show as a play and or a TV show, and that's actually kind of the whole ethos and philosophy behind it, treating it like an IP and a TV show. And The fighters are the characters. They're the actors per se. So yes, you need to be exciting. Yes, you need to be a skilled fighter, but also the way that they market themselves. Are they active on social media? Are they pushing themselves out there for interviews? Do they come across well? Are they relatable is a very big one for me. I always like getting all the fighters to fill in a fact form when they kind of inquire to be on the show, and we get all of this information. Is the average everyday person going to relate to them? Maybe they're a massive football fan, or they like darts, or they like fishing, or they're a tradie. Something that the majority of our kind of target audience can relate to, because then again, it's not just about being a good fighter, it's also about having that story and pushing yourself out there. So we're looking for, yes, good fighters, but also characters that we can take and tell your story, basically.
100%. I think that's a huge thing right now. Like in all my interviews that I do, I'm trying to move away from the standard, like, oh, so how's the camp going? Do you know much about your opponent? And just trying to actually like get that story and personality out of the fighter. Because like you said, like that's the relatability part of it. And I think that's what loads of shows are missing. Yeah, they'll do promo, but they're not actually tapping into that wider audience outside of the fight fans. So it's really interesting take that you're doing that. What's a name that you'd really like to get on the show then?
Oh, that's a great question. There's so many I couldn't narrow it down to one or two, but there's a couple of, I'd say, pools of people that I'd really like to get on, and maybe this is more later down the line or progressing with time, but getting in the fighters from the BKB world, the BKFC world, the former UFC fighters. We already have a couple of former Glory fighters on the show. I think we have, looking at my list, one or two fighters from one championship. So getting in names from established promotions is something that we definitely want to do. And yeah, over time, as we progress, we have a 5 kind of season plan already out in place. It is doing things in a way that is strategic when it comes to matchmaking, the way that we're expanding. But yeah, ex-UFC fighters, Glory fighters, K1 fighters. Again, it all comes down to relatability in those fighters with storylines.
This is their opportunity to get in touch from now then.
Come in cheap.
So, what's a question that you wish someone would ask you about the show?
Ooh, good question. I guess the question would be, why should I come? Why is this exciting? Why should I?
Yeah.
I don't know anything about the fighters. I don't know who Rio Johnson is or Mo Rahman is. Why should I come? That would probably be the question that I'd like to answer.
How would you answer it then?
I'd say come to the show. It's not just about, if you know the fighters, if you're the fighters' friend or family member. The event is an event. The show is an event.
Yeah.
It's interactive. It's immersive. We have the long lines of trestle tables. So a lot of the inspiration on the way that we set up the event is based off of darts. Because darts, everybody loves going to the darts, or they've seen it on TV. They want to be there. Because of it's that experience. I don't actually know if people go to the darts to watch the darts. I'm not sure. They go to have an experience. They come dressed as a banana. They have the little placards that they hold up when they hit 180. It feels like a party. And that's a lot of what we're doing as well. So we have those long lines of trestle tables. We have the tiered seating on the 4 sides as well. It only holds 1,500 people, the venue, and we pack it out. So the atmosphere is fantastic. And once they put on those 4-ounce gloves, once the elbows start flying, and everything kind of comes into action, it's going to be super, super exciting. So if you haven't been to a show like this before, or you don't know anyone off the card personally, please come down, come once, and I guarantee you that you'll have a fantastic time, and you'll be asking, when are we coming back?
100%. So what fights do you think will be fight of the night?
Good question. I'm really looking forward to seeing Rio Johnson versus Tristan Masobrio. Obviously, Tristan last time out took a fight against arguably one of the best UK fighters of current times, Alfie Pearce, UK #1, on 10 days' notice, and he came and he put on a brilliant show that third or fourth round, he cut him open with the elbows. And at some points, I think Afi had sold nearly 200 tickets. The place was ram-packed full of Afi Pierce fans, and their heart was in their mouths. It was that close, and I think that he was he gave a great account of himself, and I think if that fight was to go 10 times, it would be 50-50 on whether Afi would have got this decision or Tristan would have got the decision. So it was a razor close fight, and he's fighting obviously Rio Johnson, who is a notoriously exciting fighter, and that one's in the 4-ounce glove. So when you're mixing a heavy boxing style with a heavy elbow style in those 4-ounce gloves, it is just a recipe for absolute carnage.
And that's the only 4-ounce glove fight of the night, right?
So far,
So far. Wow. So you're planning another one?
let's see if we can convince somebody.
So a few of the fighters are coming back. Like you just mentioned that Tristan is coming back to the
Yep.
show from the previous show. You've got Emma Usher obviously fighting again on the show. Is there reasoning for calling these fighters back?
Yeah, absolutely. We had Emma Usher on it. We had Josh Graves-Zandy on it. We've obviously got Tristan coming back, and Emma's a fantastic fighter. She was the first Irish female to fight a Rajidan Nern. She's ranked top 10 in the WBC in the world. Her story's fantastic. She moved away when she was like 16, 17 years old, away from home after just 2 fights, 2 losses to move to Liverpool and to train and live the life there. So she's got a fantastic story and a fantastic fan base as well. The Travelling Irish, they really love it. And Josh Graves-Zandy, he put on an awesome performance. Down on the scorecards last time, going into the 5th round, and with about 40 seconds to go, delivers a knockout to win the fight against a former WBC world title challenger in Nicholas Christou. So those two standout performances, and we're already matchmaking for September, like you said, whereas we've got about 70, 75 names on that list. But I'm definitely looking at these fighters on the show in June, and they take priority for me, because if they're going to come out and put their asses on the line and give a really good performance and account of themselves, 100% we want them back. And that's also what we're doing when it comes to the €50,000 contract as well, is to kind of reward that and to push for those high performances.
Yeah, that was going to lead me on to that question. So, like, obviously, I have seen that there is a 50K contract for a fighter. What is the purpose of this? Like, can you talk me through that? And when are we seeing that implemented as well?
Yeah, so that the 50K contract is ad hoc. There could be 10 on one show, there could be none on one show. It's not a once a show or fight of the night gets it. It's for stand-up performances, and it's not just kind of one-off stand-up performances. But if you're coming back time and again, putting on great performances, marketing yourself well, and getting the crowd excited, we obviously track the viewership, what kind of engagement you're driving, and if you're somebody that's delivering fight after fight, even if you're not winning every fight, you don't need to be 10-0 to get the contract. If you're exciting, if you're bringing the viewership in, and you're marketable, and we can tell your story, then in the ring after a fight, we'll have somebody from our fantastic presenting team announce that they've been awarded a €50,000 contract.
Crazy. That's so cool, though. I don't think I've seen that really on any of the shows in the UK at the moment.
In the UK, probably not. It's obviously one had the $100K
Yeah, of
dollar
course.
bonus in there. So yeah, a couple more years and we'll be, well, maybe a year and we'll be pushing that as well.
Big goals, big goals. All right. I think that's all of my questions. I don't know if you've got anything else that you want to run through that you want people to know about.
Yeah, we can go through the schedule. So we have obviously June 13th in London, then we're going to London again in September. Then we're going up north to Bolton, just outside of Manchester. That's going to be December the 12th. Then we're going to Cardiff to Wales, Jan 30th. Then we have March, which is going to be Sunderland or London. I haven't decided yet. And one of the things, and which is why I wanted to get Emma back, amongst many other reasons, is I want to go to Ireland. So we're planning kind of April next year. going over to Dublin. They haven't had a big Muay Thai event or kickboxing event really since Yokkao, so it's been a considerable time since they've had a really, really big show in Dublin. So I'd be super, super excited to bring that over there. And then we have the season finale, which will end in London in June, and that'll then kick off season 2, which is then when we'll start to do European host cities, and we're looking at Netherlands first, and then kind of Belgium, West and North Germany, and then Scandinavia in due course. And that's then going to prime season 3, which is what I'm most excited for, or rather what I'm really excited for, is the launch of our own Ryder Cup format. So US versus Europe, which would be quite cool.
That would be really cool. I did see that in like a smaller format. I don't know if you saw Enigma did like a North versus South on their last show.
They
But
did.
it'd be,
Yeah, absolutely. I love when they get the geolocations involved, because again, a bit like what we were saying, where even if you don't know these fighters personally, if
yeah,
you're from Manchester, or if you're from London and you're and it's a North versus South or an America versus Europe event, you're going to be patriotic. You're going to support where you're from, the country or the town, or the area. A bit like the World Cup. You're going to tune in. So it's great for mass viewership, it's great for marketing, and it's great for discoverability. And as I say, we're free to wear across pretty much every single market. We've got distribution deals in about 70, 80 different countries, 500,000 people watching it. But if we're pushing that it's US versus Europe on a free to air network, then we can push to new audiences that might not have watched the sport before. And as I've said, in interviews before, they watch 30 seconds, a round, 2 rounds, a full fight, whatever it might be. But once you've watched that, you're going to be a fan for life.
100%. It's just hooking the people in, isn't it? And then getting the right product in front of them.
Yeah, exactly that. The same that I was in. I was boxing for for all of my life, promoting boxing up until I went and saw 4 ounce Muay Thai with Kieran Shanahan, and the very next day I got into Muay Thai, and I've been kind of in and around 8 limb and kickboxing and striking sports ever since.
Yeah, and you're doing amazing things in the space as well. So thank God you're a Muay Thai fan now. Boxing is boring.
It is, yeah. Look, we have a really, really good media partner in Brain Cup. They're the content partners of Queensbury Promotions, the promoters of Tyson Fury, Ajit Kabayel, and a lot of those names. And they obviously do a lot of the boxing shows, and they have obviously Queensbury, and they have some of the small hall shows as well. And it was the first Muay Thai kickboxing event that they came to in March, and they were just like, wow, there's no journeyman. Every fight's 50-50. Josh Graves-Andy was losing the fight, and then the last round he gets a knockout, and the first fight of the night was as competitive as the main event, and that's really what separates this with boxing. It's exciting, and it's engaging, it's entertaining, and it's fast paced.
100%. We love Muay Thai.
Indeed. So you can get tickets at www.8strikes.com. 8 instead of the E, it is the letter 8. And tickets are available on there. They're also available on Boxed. And if you can't make it to the show but you want to tune in, again, live and free to wear, it'll be on TalkSport in the UK, and then we'll announce all of the distribution deals that we have in all of the different countries worldwide.
And there's no PPV.
No pay-per-view. You can watch it on YouTube, or wherever the distribution may be in that country.
Let's get it. I'm excited.
Awesome. Me too. I can't wait. Get the products out there, and build on it for a very big and a very successful season, and lots of great things to come, I'm sure.
100%. Thanks so much, Charlie.
Awesome, Amber. Thank you so much.